My daughter was at a sleepover at my sister's house and told me she felt uncomfortable with my sister's boyfriend there and asked me to pick her up, and this led to my sister and husband saying I must think the boyfriend is a creep. That's messed up of me, and I need to apologize. Posted by you/background mix 9970. Hey everyone, I kinda feel conflicted about this, and I really need advice on it because so far it seems like I overreacted. I, 37F, have a daughter, Leah, 10F, fake name. Leah wanted to go to a sleepover at her aunt's house, who is my younger sister. Her cousin, 12F, who is my brother's child, was going to be there, so I guess cousin bonding time. My sister is considered the fun aunt, so I agreed, and Friday morning we dropped Leah off. That same day, at around 11 p.m., Leah called and told me she wanted to come home. I asked her why, and she explained that my sister's boyfriend was there, and she just felt a little uncomfortable. I asked and made sure everything was okay, and that nothing provoked her to ask me to pick her up, then convinced her to at least sleep for the night and that we would pick her up in the morning. She called again after what I think was 45 minutes and said she wanted to come home and that she would only sleep at home. I got ready and drove 30 minutes to get her, and when I got there, I found my sister was pissed. To cut the long story short, she thinks that I think her boyfriend is a creep and a pervert, and that I do not trust him around my daughter. She thinks I am being too overprotective and that Leah would have adjusted if I left it alone. She said kids do this with new people, and I made it a big deal. Since then, things have been sour. My sister says that to fix things, I should apologize to her man because he feels like I do not trust him. I asked my husband Jason, 40M, fake name, for his input, and he says he understands where my sister and her boyfriend are coming from. He said as a man, even he would feel some type of way if a child called her mom twice to come get her because he was present in the house. He advised me to apologize to them and try to get Leah used to the boyfriend being around. All I did was peacefully get Leah. No accusations were made towards my sister's man, and I have never said I do not like him or think of him as a pervert. I don't understand why all this became an issue. My husband thinks Leah should just try to adjust because her cousin was okay at the sleepover and didn't complain. I feel conflicted. It's not that I think I was wrong, but I also don't think I was right. I just need to know if I was being dramatic by getting her. I also want to hear from the men if this would offend them and if I should apologize. I feel bad about all of this. Am I the jerk for getting my daughter from the sleepover? Top/relevant comments. How long has Op's sister been dating her boyfriend? He has been seeing her for about 2 months now. Commenter. Not the jerk. Listen to your kids. Did you ever ascertain what he did to make her uncomfortable? Regardless, you do not need to apologize for listening to and respecting your daughter's concerns. That's called being a good parent. Op's response. She didn't really explain. All she keeps saying is that she was uncomfortable. Commenter 2. Did your daughter know that the boyfriend was going to be there? Was he staying the night? If any of this was a surprise to her, then the evening wasn't going to go the way she thought it would. Either way, not the jerk. I would have done the same thing. Op's response. No, my daughter did not know he would be there. Yes, he was spending the night. Commenter 3. I don't care if he's Nelson effing Mandela, if your kid says she feels unsafe, that is all that matters. And she should not be taught that she should get used to being uncomfortable and just deal. Your husband sucks. If I, at 10, told my parents a grown man was making me uncomfortable, my father would at the very least tell that man he wasn't allowed near me. Your husband is choosing the concept of false accusations of men to ignore someone who is making your daughter that upset. It's disgusting. Op's response. I'm a bit disappointed in him, I won't lie. Update 1 day later. Hello everyone, I want to thank you for the post I made last night and all the responses I got. I also understand why some were angry that I didn't pick Leah up the first time, and also about leaving the 12-year-old, Amanda, there. With that being said, I have an update. For the sake of privacy, I will name my sister Jane and the boyfriend Mike. So here's how this went. I called Leah to talk to her dad and me. She refused to talk at all and said that she was just uncomfortable and missed us. My husband asked her if she would be willing to apologize to Auntie Jane, and she refused. I wanted to be sure she was 100% okay, so I asked my husband to excuse us. I told her I would not shame or be angry at her for whatever she told me, and I asked specifically what made her uncomfortable. She said Mike played a tickle game with Amanda, and she kept saying no. She also told me that he talked about how they are developing well. He also did the same tickling game with Leah, and when she told Jane she doesn't like being tickled, Jane said it was just having fun. That's when she called the first time. As for the reason she called the second time, she said Mike insisted on the girls showering before bedtime and gave Leah a lingering bedtime hug. She told me all about how, When they were eating, he would call her his favorite smart little girl or about the sitting too close. She didn't want to sleep there, even with the door being locked. To say I feel guilty for not picking her up the first time is an understatement. After this talk, I called my brother and we talked. Amanda says she slept okay but could hear feet moving at night. Other than those uncomfortable instances, nothing else happened afterwards. My husband now knows about all this, and he doesn't understand why Leah would wait this long to tell us if something was really wrong, considering how close we are. The sleepover was last week Friday, so a week ago. He thinks she feels pressured into giving a reason for her discomfort. I don't care what he has to say, to be honest. I believe my baby. I did apologize to Amanda for not taking her with me, and she has no hard feelings. She knew her dad wouldn't have come. Leah feels like her feelings are dramatic, and I am trying to help her understand that she is valid. My brother, surprisingly, just seems unbothered about all this. With that being said, the only sleepovers that will take place will be in our home. I thank you all for the advice. I don't know when I will talk to Jane or if I even want anything to do with her. /relevant comments. Commenter. Your husband needs to read these comments and take very seriously his daughter's very legitimate concerns. He needs to understand that his reaction and dismissiveness are exactly why she didn't tell you all right away. He's being defensive about this. His first reaction was how he'd feel if this happened to him, not how his child is feeling. That's awful. He's prioritizing his feelings as a grown male adult over a young girl's feelings, who is very vulnerable. Girls are most vulnerable to abuse during sleepovers. Your daughter did the brave thing by asking to come home twice. She was being preyed on by your sister's boyfriend. He was grooming those girls with that behavior. And your husband's dismissiveness is proving to your daughter that her father won't protect her. You need to hammer that point home to him and explain to him what girls and women go through all the time. It's disgusting how he's behaving, and I feel so bad for your daughter. Ops response. You are right. I will try to make him understand. Commenter 2. Not the jerk, and your husband and the other girl's father should both be ashamed of themselves for minimizing their daughter's discomfort. They are leaving them wide open to predators and grooming. I'd give serious consideration to taking my kids and leaving this situation immediately. And there would be no unsupervised visitations if I can't trust you to protect my kid. Not with dad, aunt, or uncle. Protect your baby, Op. Op's response. I will protect her with all I have. If my dad were alive, he would have talked to my husband, since my late mom was a CSA survivor. Commenter 3. Your husband and brother are dismissive because they don't believe Leah. Your husband saying, well, we're close. Why didn't you say something before? This means you're lying, is only him trying to teach your daughter that she shouldn't have bodily autonomy. If she doesn't want to be tickled, hugged, or touched, she is right to say so, and everyone else needs to respect that. Your husband is trying to teach his own daughter to be sweet, and it's infuriating. Op's response. He sees her behavior as a child being a child. It is infuriating and, quite frankly, disappointing. I don't want Leah to feel like her dad doesn't care about her, because it will affect her. I'm looking into therapy for her. Commenter 4. Where is Amanda's mother in this? I think it would be wise to tell Amanda that if she is ever sent there again and she doesn't want to be there, she can call you, and you will come and get her. Also, have the chat with your brother and tell him that if you ever find Amanda has been subjected to that guy again, you won't hesitate to contact the police. On the note of the police, it might be worth looking into this guy to see if he has anything in the system against him. Tell your sister that your daughter will no longer be attending her place due to the obvious safety issues. When she tells you that your daughter and Amanda are wrong, advise her that she should be thankful you have not contacted the police yet. Op's response. Amanda's mom left after my brother cheated when Amanda was 8, but they have made progress in healthy co-parenting. I do not know if my brother told Amanda's mom. I would tell her if I could find a way to contact her. My sister blocked me. Op clarifies on Mike being over at Jane's place and why he was there. They didn't move in together, and I never said they lived together. It seems he came to sleep over that night. Leah and her cousin always go for sleepovers with their aunt, so it's nothing new. Lastly, don't judge my daughter for choosing not to share why she wasn't comfortable. She ended up explaining anyway, and that is why I posted an update. Second update 1 day later. Hi everyone, thank you for all your support on the 2 previous posts. This is just a short and quick last update. First things first, I take full accountability and admit that I was wrong to tell my daughter we would pick her up in the morning. I agree that she should not have had to call twice for me to come get her. I have apologized and spoken to her about it. I also accept that I was wrong to leave Amanda there. Even though she told me she was okay, I should have pressed on and told her to come with us. I will always look out for her, just as I will for Leah. Currently, my sister and I are not on speaking terms. I am blocked. I drove to her house, but she wasn't there, so I left after about an hour. The trash took itself out, I guess. My husband and I are also not on speaking terms. He has not talked to me since I showed him the last 2 posts and the comments. Leah thinks her dad believes she was wrong, and I have had to assure her countless times that she was doing the right thing. He thinks we made drama out of a matter that could have been solved over lunch. He still thinks Mike was just being friendly. I want to file a report, but I do not know if the reasons are credible enough. I am looking into it. I also want to look into separation. I cannot stay with someone who dismisses our daughter's emotions. She has been feeling so guilty and has apologized to him multiple times, so I have to do what is best for her. Amanda's mom told me he would talk to my brother. I do not know how that went. I will ask her later. I do not understand how a phone call and my picking up my daughter caused such a ruckus. My husband does not like Reddit advice, and to be frank, he was quite offended that I posted. I just don't get what this man's problem is. I really don't get it. The way he dismisses Leah because he feels like nothing major happened, so it's an overreaction. Either way, it's just disappointing. Anyway, I appreciate all the advice and correction from you all. Top/relevant comments. Commenter. I'm glad your daughter has you in her corner. You wouldn't believe how often stuff like this just gets swept under the rug. It's crazy how little children are believed. As someone who works with kids, I know firsthand that while children will not always tell the truth, it's a hell of a lot easier to believe them first and foremost than brush them off. They will always remember how you reacted to the situation and know who is a safe and trusted adult. Wishing you and your daughter the best, Op. Op's response. Thank you so much. Commenter 2. Your husband is an idiot who is more concerned with his ego and protecting the boys, because this dude is literally nothing to him, not related, nothing. So why does he need to take the side of a stranger over his child, whom he supposedly loves and should cherish? And honestly, I know this isn't appropriate, but you may want to find an appropriate way to explain to your daughter that sometimes people we love so much can do stupid things. It doesn't mean that we don't have to love them, it's not our fault they do stupid things, and people we love can for sure make very stupid choices. And I'm sorry again, but your husband is a very stupid man. I'm glad you're thinking about separation. Talk to him and drag his bum to a family therapist, so a professional can explain to his minuscule brain how CSA can happen, and how statistics show it happens much more often with someone closer to the child and family. But still, drag his bum to family therapy so he won't further damage his poor daughter. As far as your sister, she made her choice, a predator. That's on her. As for the report, maybe see if you can talk to a female cop, preferably, if there's a way. Ask if there's some way to maybe put some sort of paper trail, or if it wouldn't amount to anything. Oh, and gather whatever evidence you can from your husband dismissing what happened and blaming your daughter. It'll be useful for custody.